right. Because I forgot to hit the button. There we go. I'm poofy tonight. Very poofy. If you're A-line, I'm like A-line.
My daughter spoils me, and she got me this dress from Fashion Nova. I love it.
Hair is cute.
You think so?
Yes, I like your poofy hair.
This is truly all natural. Hey everybody, come on in, tell a friend. JewCee Tales Erotic Chat is going down. Yes. Ooh. My A-line. I'm so used to it being a little straighter, but it's super poofy. I've been braiding it at night. So.
It looks good. I like it. Get your natural on.
I'm trying. I'm actually, you know how you just like, oh, I hate my hair. But I'm starting to love her again. She's so soft. Y'all go ahead and touch it. You can touch it. Feel it? Ooh-wee. Hey everybody, welcome, come on in. I'm getting ready to get started because it's a hot topic and we probably want to just jump in it tonight. We're going to jump in this all the way knee deep.
Do we have any football tonight?
To have what?
There's no football tonight, right?
No. No, it was all yesterday and then, next week is...
Yeah.
The playoffs, and then in 2 weeks, the Super Bowl. So definitely quite the coming to the end of the season,
right?
Say again?
We do have one more week before we know who's in the Super Bowl, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, next week. Next week, they go for the NFC and the AFC championships next week. Yes.
All week to talk about the ankle. Let's talk about the other team here, starting with...
I have no idea why that popped up. Okay. That was crazy. Come on in, everybody. Get your little sippy poos on.
Yes, I'm about to refill me. I'm trying to get on my other streaming, the other one.
Get your sippy poos and all that good stuff. It's not working. It's not opening. Really? All right, guys, here we go. Hello. Oh my goodness. I am so excited about tonight. I am. It's gonna be, we're gonna have a little twist to it. You know me, with my twists and turns. Wow. All right, everybody.
Oh Lord, let us get ready.
Welcome, everybody, to another marvelous Monday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. JewCee. I'm doing the A-line thing tonight. I'm doing the A-line. And I could not do this show without my beautiful melanated queens. Yes. Miss Daniz Windows and Ms. Jasmine Purple Rain right there. So thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight. I am so excited about the topic tonight because I think it's very important that we attack this topic from a different angle, because so many people talk about it, but I don't think they really understand where it comes from. So tonight's topic, we're not even going to mess around because I definitely want to spend as much time on this topic as we possibly can. But towards the end, I will definitely be talking about the Ebony Erotic experience. We'll be sharing with you guys a little bit more information about that event coming up in October, as well as letting you know what all of us are doing coming up this week. You know, we're back into the swing of things. It's that time for Miss JewCee to be booking and all that good stuff. So we'll do that towards the end of the show tonight. But tonight's topic is, what is an independent woman? And I wanted to kind of also say along with that, why are men intimidated by them? And it's not, there's not so much that they're intimidated by the women as they are intimidated by the fact that we call ourselves independent. So I wanted to get this topic started, and I'm going to tell you where it came from. I'm not sure if everybody listens to, I believe his name is Jeremy Holloway. He's a male speaker that talks on a lot of various topics. He has a channel, he's on Facebook, and he's actually usually, I find him to be pretty entertaining, and he's pretty much on point with a lot of things that he talks about and how he puts things. But there was a little, not a confrontation, but there was a discussion going on between some women and a person that he looked up to. On his, they gave him to listen to the feed. You know how they listen to stuff side by side, okay? So the women were talking about being independent and that kind of thing, and it dawns on me that men have a problem when we say that. A lot, not all men, but a lot of men have a problem when we say we're independent women. And I have a problem with sometimes how we say that we are independent women. Okay. So I want to get that part out first as well. So the thing of it is that I find it very funny and a lot of double standard that when men do certain things or take care of the household, pay the bills, blah, blah, blah. These are things that they're supposed to do. And I guess they don't really get any accolades for it. They don't get to give it a separate title. They're just grown, is what kind of how Jeremy put it. They're just grown. They're taking care of grown folk things by paying the bills and going to work and yada, yada, yada. And he kind of had a problem with the independent portion of it. He said, women, you're just grown. You're handling your business. You're just grown. And I can honestly understand that from a male point of view. But I think where he missed the boat, and where a lot of men miss the boat is, and why women kind of scream it from the highest mountain top that we can find that I'm an independent woman, is because we haven't always had that ability. And if you look at women around the world, and even here in the United States, we still have a lot of problems. For example, equal pay for equal work is still an issue. Men get paid more than women in some positions, in a lot of positions. We're still in 2023, we're all excited because, ooh, we have our first woman that might be the chairman of a corporation that's been around for over 100 years. We've never had a woman president in this country. And we had an issue with having a Black female vice president for the first time ever. But she's done the work, but there's a problem because she's a woman. So I do feel that sometimes men don't understand the struggles that women have gone through because the men don't have to go through it. Men don't realize that Black women didn't even start voting until 1973. We didn't get the vote. Men have been able to vote. Men have been able to vote since the beginning, but not women. So I don't feel that they understand the total struggle of why we yell from the highest rooftop that we're independent. Because they've always been independent. And I tonight want to really tackle this topic because I feel it's important. Excuse the wonderful siren in the background. That would be Cleveland's finest coming to get me. I don't know. No,
It's so hot, JewCee. They just coming to get you. Oh my gosh.
Right. so much going on. Here they come. So I have a problem. I think my issue is that I think that our men forget our struggle as women. Our struggle is real. There are women in other countries that are having horrific things done to them by men. They're being gang raped because they won't toe the line. I can't even believe this, but there are countries where women can't read. In this day and age, they're not supposed to go to school. They're being killed. And you can't understand why women take pride in having an education, making good money, taking care of their family. There's a problem when we say we're independent. Some of us are independent, not by choice. I'm one of those. I'm independent, not by choice. I'm independent because I lost my father when I was 16 and my mother when I was 17. I have been on my own since I was 17 years old. I didn't always have the coin to go take and get somebody else to do something for me. So I had to do it myself. I wasn't always in a relationship. So yeah, I know how to take the trash out. Yeah, I know how to cut the grass. I know how to check the oil. I know how to check my tires. All of these things I know how to do because it was out of necessity.
And talking about what we were talking about earlier in that whole situation with my tire. I actually know how to change a tire. And as a matter of fact, in that moment, I was teaching my son to change a tire. So we can do it.
Right. And it's not to beat on our chest or anything like that, guys. It really isn't. A lot of us are independent because we have to be.
Not because we want to be.
Not necessarily because we want to be, but because we have to be. And yes, It's an accomplishment. I'm sorry. I don't care who likes it or don't like it. I don't really give a flying fuck, you know? I have to do what I have to do to keep the roof over my head. But if a man does the exact same thing, just because he doesn't say he's independent, he's grown and taking care of the business, I'm over here doing the same thing, but it seems lesser because I want to say that I'm an independent woman. Now I've hurt somebody's ego who's about this big, and I need that to stop. If you're going to support Black women, support Black women or any woman. If you're going to support them, support them.
Can I say, can we normalize adulting?
I would love to. I would love to.
Because honestly, it's a when you think about the honestly, and I understand, I honor the woman who wants to be called the independent woman. Have that. That's for you. That's what you want. Have it. It is great. I honor you and everything that you do, but let's be honest about it. It's adulting.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a single person, do you have someone that's going to do these things for you? No. You're adulting. You're living life. So for men to feel, and I do understand that there are men who love that shit. They love it. And then there are men who are intimidated by that shit. My personal opinion is if you're like really like intimidated by that, I need you to look within yourself and figure out what is going on with you and why you feel the need to have someone be beneath you, underneath you, and under your control, that it is in essence your identity. I need you to look within that and become a little bit more emotionally intelligent and understand that that's no one needs you besides a child.
Well, and here's it, and he brought that up as well because, and I thought it was, and he had a good point.
But that child also needs both their parents. Let's be clear.
Right. He brought up a good point because women, I guess independent women will say, and I've heard a lot of women say this, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. But they're saying, I want a man. And it's like, we say we don't need a man, but we say we want a man in our lives. Somehow or other, some men, they panties get in a bunch and they feel some kind of way because we said we don't need. But no one needs anybody. What you need is food, clothing, and shelter. And that was told to me by a man. Food, clothing, and shelter. You need those things because those things will keep you alive. I don't need a man in my life. I want a man in my life. That means I'm open to receiving someone into my heart, my soul, my space, my essence, everything. And I don't think that, and I think what happens is when we say as women that are independent, as if we say we don't need, that's the only thing y'all hear. You're not hearing that we're saying we want you. We want to be a part of something together, to build together, to work together. But we can't just do that out of a need. Go ahead, Jasmine.
I think, you know what? I think needs and desires are definitely different.
Yes.
And Jasmine, just wait when you're ready. And I had this experience. Yeah, okay, I'll wait. Go ahead, Jasmine.
I was just gonna say first, it's ghetto on this side. I hate adulting. It's ghetto.
You're
Did
breaking
you say
up.
Adulting?
Yeah, get it close.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Better.
Okay. I said first, I'm gonna say I hate adulting. It's ghetto over here.
Insulting.
It's ghetto. Adulting.
It's very
Right.
choppy. I cannot understand what you're
It's
saying.
very, very choppy.
More choppy than normal.
Can
Okay.
you chat and type
Yes,
and we
she's
can
going
read
to.
it?
She's going to. I had an
Okay, perfect.
experience where
Right.
I actually had to learn the difference between being needed and wanted. I actually based my value upon whether someone needed me.
Mhm.
And I used that as my gauge of, am I worthy enough, as whether someone needed me. And I started watching some videos, and I saw the difference between needs and desires, needing you and wanting you. And I realized that I wanted to be wanted and not needed, because that need is very much so
It's
it can
heavy.
be very heavy.
Mhm.
And that is not something that we are supposed to actually be carrying like that. So for someone to want you around feels a lot better than needing you, as though they can't live, breathe, whatever without you, because they need you to do this thing. But when you start to actually feel the idea of being wanted instead of needed, it does something to you. And I experienced that. I had the idea that if I was needed, that means that I was good. When I got the feeling of not being needed, I actually rejected the feeling because I didn't know what that felt like.
And I think like I said, when women that are independent are trying to explain themselves, and trying to explain, what it means to be independent, I know they become very passionate about it. I get it. I understand. Um, and and in some cases, they probably become very defensive as well, because I did this, I've done that, I've done the other, and sometimes it does come across in a negative way. Not what they're doing is negative, but the way that they're presenting it is in a negative light to some folks. She says, I think the problem, Jasmine is saying that she thinks the problem is women scream they don't need a man with closed off energy, which is why the men get they drawers in a bunch.
You know
And
what? That actually does make sense.
they do. And I can agree with that, because and that's kind of where I'm going with what I'm saying. We do have a lot of women that will say this on a defensive side of it, instead of on the more positive side of it. And they're very
Like
defensive because a lot of times they're hurt. They're hurt. Some of us women, we put all our eggs in one basket, and that basket gets drop kicked. Okay, it gets drop kicked.
it
Now,
can, but the thing is that it's not actually the other person who drop kicked. It's not their responsibility to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do.
but when I'm saying drop kicked, so I'll take my story for example. My first husband. Um, Here's a man I've been with for 6 years. We have a child together. You cheat on me. You lie about it. You put my life in danger. You destroy our marriage. You destroy the relationship that you have with your child. I trusted you. I believed in you, and you drop kicked my egg basket. Okay,
Mm.
and women, I'm not a needy person, but at that time I wasn't working. He agreed to pay. He agreed to take care of me because I had taken care of him prior to. Um, and so this was his time. This was his time to take care of his family. I'm now his wife and his child, and this is what he said he was going to do. Um, However, things did not totally all work out that way, uh, and I had to resort back to being independent because now I had to raise my daughter. I don't think that all the time men know the whole story behind why females are independent. And I know that some women, like I said, they've gone through some stuff in order to be screaming from the mountaintops, I'm independent. Um, and instead of men taking the time to go, you know what, I understand you're independent. What has made you this way?
Why do you feel the need to advertise that and not just be?
Right. So there's usually something deeper. There's usually something deeper. And we don't dig deep. We just do surface. Let's just be honest. We just do surface. We don't dig deep.
Because digging deeper
And
means that we have to deal with some things that don't feel too good going through.
exactly.
That shadow work that we don't want to do, but I'm doing it.
It has to happen. It has to happen for you to have a healthy relationship and for you to understand where she is coming from. Um, there is nothing wrong with a woman because let's just go back. Let's go back. I'm a product of the 60s, okay? So women back in the day, they were house. This is their dream was to get married and take care of a house and have children. And the end. I
That's
about covered it.
That's what we're taught. We're supposed to aspire to.
That's it. The end. And then the man gets ill, who he goes out and works and he's working hard and blah 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 blah. I get it. He's putting in his 40 plus hours a week and he's bringing home the dough and he's giving it to his taking care of his responsibilities. He's paying the bills. He's making sure she got grocery money and money for the clothes and da 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 da. And then he drops dead.
Sounds like he found your Boaz.
Then he drops dead. And what happens to her? Well, if she doesn't remarry and she's never worked.
Oh my gosh. What is she going to do? Because she put all her eggs. Now I get it. Now I understand. Okay, I'm full circle now, JewCee. She's put all her eggs in one basket. And now she no longer has the covering that she had.
Mm-mm.
And so does she have the wherewithal, the skills, the knowledge, the drive to actually be able to adult?
Mm-hmm. And a lot of women back in the 50s, 40s, 50s, they didn't.
Now,
they didn't have the skills. All they were, and let's make sure everybody understands this. People thought back in the day that me taking care of the house, there was no value. Okay? Understand that this has only come along in the past maybe 40, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years maybe tops, where there was a value put on what I did as a homemaker. If I was just a homemaker, remember, there was no value put on that. Because we were expected as women to take care of the house, to do the laundry, to go grocery shopping, to dust, to clean, to take care of the children, to pop the babies out, cook dinner.
Hold on, wait. In between that, get snatched back because you got your body got to look good for him.
Yeah. And we got to make sure his drink is ready when he walks in the door, slippers out, pipe lit. What? Come on, there was no monetary value put on this. No skills that's a lot of organization to run a house. And there was no monetary value put on this. And women did this day in and day out for years.
Out of necessity and not out of needing to make you as a man look bad, because that is not, at least I feel like that should not be the goal. If you are, and this is my personal opinion, my name is Daniz window and I reserve the right to be wrong. If you are out here flagging this, I'm an independent woman, independent woman, independent woman, to make dudes or men, males, however you see them, look bad because it boosts your ego, you're doing exactly what they do that you don't like. So don't do it. Now, if you're being an independent woman because you're adulting, then you don't need to fly the flag. What's the point? Because men don't say, I'm an independent man. I'm a woman.
And men, and here's the thing, but men haven't had to go through what we have got to go through to get to this point. And what we are still going through as women. Because once again, I'm not just talking about the women in the United States of America. I'm listening to newscasts all over the world where women are being gang raped and in front of hundreds of people and nobody says anything and they're dying. Men have the right to toss acid all over their wives 10 years into the marriage because she didn't give him a boy. And he doesn't get any time. He can kill his wife. He can set her on fire. I'm talking about India. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about this is 2023 and this shit is still happening to women. Let's take it to the US of A. Let's talk about the NBA versus the WNBA. Look at the money that the men make in the NBA.
Versus what the women make.
Versus
and what they do and what they have done versus what the and see that's the and I think there's a problem with that, because what I just heard myself say when I go the men versus the women versus the men, why do we need to put ourselves against each other? We work well together. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely divine when we work together. Why? Because that's how we were created. We work together. We intertwine. It is not no us against them. It's not a women against men. It's not a men against women. It is we are together. We complement. We complement. Having the idea that my weaknesses are his strengths and his weaknesses are my strengths, that means I got you no matter what, and I know you got me. How does that feel versus, well, I have this and he has that, and I do this and he does that? No, we do this together. That to me feels a lot better than this battle of the sexes things that we do. That's just my personal opinion.
And you definitely have a valid point. But unfortunately, we have to get through all of the thought processes that have been ingrained into us as men, as women, and understand that in order for us to work together, we got to understand where we're coming from.
So therefore, you know and love yourself.
And we don't understand that. We really just don't. And then to have men get upset because I said I'm an independent woman. And you didn't ask me why. You didn't delve any deeper. You didn't have that adult conversation. You didn't have clear, concise communication with me. You did not. You assumed things instead of sitting down and talking to me and finding out why I say I'm an independent woman. Why I say I don't need a man. I want a man. And let me explain something. I know what I want. I want a man that I can depend on, not be dependent on. I want a man that I can depend on. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. When he says it, his word is his bond. He understands that. And if he can't do something, that's fine. But he lets me know. I can't. I was supposed to pick the kids up. Baby, something happened at work. I can't do it. Can you then like Daniz said, we're
accountability and responsibility.
Exactly. But that communication is not happening. we have too many people. Either the women are very aggressive with the being independent part, and I get it. I understand why they're aggressive, because number one, they're proud. They're proud of their accomplishments.
It's their ego. It's our ego too.
Yes, they're very proud of their accomplishments. But at the same token, some of them have some anger behind it, have some I shouldn't have had to do all of this. Possibly. Other ones, they take pride in what they've done. And men can beat on their chest when they do something, but women, oh my God, we got to be docile and yay, I did this. We have to be very quiet. I'm the president of the company. Shh. But the men are like, man, they made me president. I'm president of the company today. Oh, okay. All right. Yay. Right. Yay. And it's all about me, popping collars. Don't
now, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I'm sorry. I'm one of them females that want to be like, hey, I'm gonna do the same shit. What? Bow the fuck down. Yes, I have a worship kink. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a double standard. There's definitely there's a double
and
standard.
I understand that, and I think that's one of the reasons why I actually that kink really gets to me, because to have a man do that shit, I be sitting there like, yeah.
And so, and then, like I said, they have a problem if a woman does it, and I get it, I understand. But if you get to do what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you
that's hard, you can do too. Let me do too. What?
Let me do it. And like I said, I just found it very interesting, and I started thinking about this, and I really started thinking about, we're still in this quote unquote great country that we live in. We still can't get equal pay for equal job. That still exists, folks. It just does. We still have we're still going around, well, this is the first woman to do this, and this is the first woman to do this, and this is the first woman to do that.
And honestly, let's be clear. This okay, you know what? Let me say this. This is me. Honestly, my name is Daniz Window, and I reserve the right to be wrong. I just had this thought about how when we do what we do, we want to feel like, you know what, I accomplished that, and we want you to, yes, give me my flowers, for lack of better words.
Mm-hmm.
Men want the same thing. They want to be, when it comes to the genders, men want to know that I've done this, I've conquered this, and you see me as this man. Women love, like, I love an alpha male. If you call it an alpha male, you know what, I'm gonna pause on that term, but I love a confident man. I love a confident man that does it. And I love when he's in that. It's the sexiest thing in the world. But I do know that there are some men that love to see a woman, a queen, a goddess in her goddessness, if that's a word. And she's there, and she's, I know there are men that absolutely fucking love that. And the thing that I love about that, the idea of us both doing that shit, do you know how that turns each other on?
Mm-hmm.
So well, and then there was him.
Well, there was somebody else that stated, well, the young lady asked the gentleman or whatever. She said, well, why can't they be both independent and be in a relationship together? And he's like, that can't happen. Because this I'm gonna find this video.
I need you to pull that video up. Like, yo,
I'm gonna pull this video up so we'll have it. And
part 2. Yeah, we got to do a part 2 of this one. Definitely a part 2. That right there, that to me, having two gods, like, yo, do you not see the? Oh, I'm sorry, I just got turned on. Oh, my bad.
Well, and see, everybody doesn't. I don't think everybody gets it. That's my
word. Get out of your shit. Do your shadow work. Do what you need to do so you can get out the fucking way, man. It's some beautiful shit, man.
But they don't.
Stepdad tried to kick 29-year-old stepson out. This happened.
Hold on. Sorry, that was the wrong one. Let me.
I'm sure it didn't sound like it was.
Yeah, that was it. Came on real loud too. I'm like, hold up, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I am going to get it. I'm going to find it. Oh, that wasn't.
You know what, Lorenzo, you still here? If you still here, just say hi. Because I'll be looking for you, just so you know.
I know he was on. That's not it. I think I have to just go into his page. Let me do that again.
With him, Jeremy, his name is Jeremy. What is his name?
Holloway.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his stuff with him. When I watch his stuff, I can agree to disagree with him a lot. And the reason why I say agree to disagree with him is because I may not necessarily agree with everything that he says. He may have a little bit of points here and a little bit of points there. But the vast majority, I'm like, no, maybe we need to have a different kind of conversations to broaden the horizons, to expand a little bit more. Or maybe I need to expand a little bit more. I'm not necessarily sure of which one, but he's someone that I have watched. And he does catch my eye, and I'll actually watch a whole video of his, and it's not many that I do. Because if I watch a whole video of yours, you good.
Yeah, and my thing is like I said, this conversation that I listened to, it was back in December, and basically he's side by side. So this actually was he was what is it, where they make a comment or whatever on a video. He's kind of critiquing or talking about this video that was sent to him, and you know, people. I think sometimes we get stuck in a rut with our thought processes instead of expanding and being more accepting. And I think that's also what makes people, not just women, but men as well, want to yell it from the mountaintop. I've done this, or I've done that, or I've done the other, because they do want to be recognized for their accomplishments. They do want to. I'm going to say they do want people to know that they've done, you know, X, Y, and Z, or I've gotten my master's degree, or I've become the president of a company. And people don't understand. Not all of us understand what it's like to become the president of the company, how you climbed up the corporate ladder, what kind of education you had to have, what kind of student loans you still got, you know. It is a celebratory moment for a lot of people. Some people do it graciously, and some people maybe are a little more boisterous with it. I'm not knocking any woman that wants to yell from the rooftop that she's independent. I may not be that person, but I'm not going to knock her for doing it. And I'm not going to say that two independent people can't coexist together. I'm not going to say that either. So I've got it right here. So we're going to, you ready to take a listen to it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me get it at the beginning here. Before turn it on. Here we go.
Good mate, wife, or mother. Like, I still want to cook for my, even if I'm busting my ass.
It's counterintuitive, right? Because
what part is
independent?
Okay.
Right, it's the same thing as saying that you want a dependent man. These two go opposite of each other, because an independent woman depends on no one, and a dependent man can't be depended on.
What should we depend on our man for?
For protection, provision. It could be spiritual guide. It could be education. A man who wants to.
You haven't said money yet.
The priest, the prophet. That's being a provider. That's provision.
But I'm saying, like, all of these things that I would want for a man, I would love a man pay for my.
But that doesn't mean that you can't have your own money.
But also, why did you go directly to the independent and the dependent?
Because those are the polar opposites.
But do you not believe that two independent people can exist together in a relationship?
I don't think they need each other. I think that what is the point of having relationships? The same thing if you get a business partner that you don't need.
Let's start here. There's 19 keys. The guy that's talking, some of y'all may know, some of y'all don't know, there's 19 keys. You can find them on all platforms.
I've watched him.
He articulated himself very well. Yet, Not one moment they took time to digest what he was saying. But you don't think? Not one moment they took to digest what he's articulating. Even though he articulated himself very well, he gave examples so you would understand and help you understand outside of just the standpoint of just being a woman, being independent, or you don't need somebody. Why are you here? It's no purpose why you here. And the thing of being, when she said two independent people can't be in a relationship, I promise you, it dawned on me that I've never in my life met an independent man. I've never met one. Meaning, I've never saw a man saying, I'm an independent man. I've never seen that.
Okay.
I see is men being grown, understanding that nobody gonna take care of him. What I see are men understanding that he has to get out here and take care of his business if he want to have somewhere to stay, have a car to drive, have something to eat. He has to take care of his business. Men don't call that independent. They call it being grown. They call it life. You have women that saying, "Oh, I'm independent," and that's all they doing. That independent mentality stops you from really being with a man, which is why these independent women don't have one, because it's preventing you from getting them. It's preventing you from having the man you say you want because you're so focused on being independent. It's okay, you just grown. You're not independent, but your actions, I don't need a man, I don't need it, I can do it on my own. And then you wonder why these men don't want you. You say, oh, it's insecure. No, who wants to be with somebody who's consistently saying they don't need them? Oh, you can leave. Who wants that? Come on, just be logical. Be logical. We gotta do better. Women, I'm independent, sweetheart. You grown. That's all. You gotta take care of your bills. Take care of your business. Take care of your children. You grown. You being independent is not. I mean, I gotta look up independency. You being independent because you grown. All right. Because you paying your bills. You got a job. You take care of your kids because you broke up with the baby's father. He left for you don't want whatever. You independent. I get it. Is that what y'all want to? Sweetheart, you grown. It's life.
Okay, so
I got so much.
You
I got so much. I understood exactly where he was coming from, and I'm not going to discount his feelings or where his message. His message was to a certain person. So I'm not going to ever discount somebody's message. Somebody needed to hear that for whatever reason. May not necessarily agree with what I feel or whatever. It is what it is. But everything that I heard was someone who needed their ego stroked. Everything that I heard, as far as from the male perspective, was we need our ego stroked. We need for you to need us so that we feel this kind of way, which means that you're putting your feelings and emotions in someone else's hands and in someone else's actions. No being, and I'm not talking about genders, sex, creed, color, creed. No being needs to have that kind of weight on them unless it is feeding something. And that 9 times out of 10 is your ego for whatever reason of your past traumas that you're not dealing with. Now, the independent woman is saying that she's independent because, in my personal opinion, my name is Daniz Window and I reserve the right to be wrong. That's the 3rd time I've said that. Because we're going through this thing of the men are looking at the woman as she's less than. We don't want to be looked as less than. We want to be looked at as a being. We are a being. Just like you're a being. What I do is what I do. What you do is what you do. You got some men that treat their dogs better than their women. I handle my business, you handle your business. That dog, if you don't do shit for that dog, is gonna handle his business if you allow him to. He's gonna do what he's got to do, and that's an innate nature of everything on this planet. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to evolve how we're going to evolve. Now, can you take a woman saying, I don't need you, but I want you? Do you not understand that a desire can actually be stronger than a need? If I got what I need and you got what I want, I'm coming after you. Ain't nothing stopping me because I want that. There is a desire within me, and that desire is a lot more than that need. Because I'm going to find that need somewhere. But when I want something, my eye is on that. I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to have what I want because I desire that shit. And it is within me. And when I have a desire and I am expansive in that desire, the universe is working for me to make that desire happen. I am doing what I need to do to get my desires. That's what drives people. I wanted that. Not that I needed that. Yeah, we're going to find what we need. But that desire feel, because once I got what I need, I don't need it. No, I'm good. And if it's something that is disconnected to somebody, once I figure it out how to have it for myself, and I don't need nobody else I take care of that need, you're dismissed. When I want you, it's something else.
It's a lot different. And like I said, the one thing that kind of troubled me the thing that troubled me the most is you're trying to tell women you're adulting or you're being an adult because you can take care of certain things. What he's not understanding is that women, and even in this day and age, women are still housewives. They are still sitting at home, bearing children. Men are able to walk out the front door and leave a woman with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, and possibly she has no skills, whatever the case may be. No matter what, a woman cannot get pregnant by herself. Thank you so much. There needs to be a sperm, guys. I have plenty of eggs. I drop eggs all the time. If you don't
need each other, and Jill Scott,
we need sperm. Okay, so and that's just the health education portion of me talking to you.
That part.
Here's the thing: we're pregnant for 9 months. We're sticking and staying. You know, does every woman stick and stay? Maybe not every woman, but a lot more women stick and stay than men. So, and that's just a statistic that is true. So anyone that wants to pop up on here and talk about statistics tonight, go check that one out.
If you're gonna come on this show and talk about statistics, please not do that, because this one right here is the statistic queen.
We can skew it for you, honey.
And then she's gonna tell you what a statistic really is. And we're crazy on that part too.
We can skew it to make it fit anything we want. But there are some things out there that are facts, and that's kind of what we like to kind of concentrate on. But like I said, my thing is that it's once again, it's okay for a man to beat on his chest and to still, in a way, and I don't think it was on purpose, but in his talk, he actually belittled women, whether he realized it or not.
I don't think he was meant to do that.
I said that. I said it was not on purpose. It's not, because they don't understand what women have gone through, and why women holler or scream, like I said, from the highest mountain, I'm independent. I'm an independent woman, because we have not been able to do that. You're not getting it. Men can be independent. We don't have to call ourselves independent.
Being a man,
because you've been doing this.
The ball has been in your court.
You've been doing this since beginning of time, but you have made it so that women could not do this. We couldn't vote. We couldn't get a job.
Even when it was a necessity for us to do it.
We couldn't go to school. We couldn't get a degree. We couldn't be doctors. We couldn't be lawyers. You have to start with history. You have to do this. And we're not. You're skipping history. And so if you skip history will repeat itself. And we don't want that to happen because that's just not a good thing. And on top of it, there are still women in this world that don't have nearly even a quarter of the rights that we have as women in the United States. It's on the news. It's real. There's women that are dying because they took a hijab off, because they cut their hair. It's their hair. They grow it. So understand, when we want to celebrate our independence or we want to celebrate our accomplishments, it's not a slight against men. It should be celebrated because we've come a long, long way, baby. That used to be a saying back in the day, back in the 60s.
Long way, baby.
We've come a long way, baby. So don't think that this is to not everybody's out here as a woman who is independent is trying to diminish a man. We're not trying to do that. But we also need to be uplifted and celebrated for our accomplishments, just like you get to celebrate your accomplishments. And understand, your accomplishments have been on the books way longer than ours have, because we have not been able to do certain things because it's a man's world. Okay, so
it's a man's world. But what did?
It's not
wonderful, sir James Brown tell you?
It's nothing without a woman. It's nothing without a woman. And that's really, like I said, if we can,
us, that's the whole point.
You gotta learn to work together, and you gotta learn to celebrate. And I don't agree with saying, "Oh, well, men don't say they're independent; they're just grown."
I need you to check your ego. I need you to check yourself.
You're not in my shoes. You don't have a vagina and tits, and you don't understand that what the struggle is for us as women to be able to do X, Y, and Z, that you've been able as men, even Black men, were able to do things way before Black women. You have to understand, and this is not just in the United States. This has been worldwide, and it's still a battle, and it's still, even here in the United States, like I said, women are still fighting for equal pay for the same job.
And it shouldn't be like this. Honestly, I kind of feel like, what are y'all getting out of this? Are y'all really actually getting what you think you're getting? So, okay, quick story here. So we were planning my dad's 80th birthday party, right? And it was me, my sister, and my brothers. The men wanted to do what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. And so the sisters were asking our brothers, what do you need? We got this. We got this. They dropped the ball on a whole bunch of things. And then we the sisters find out that their wives and the women in their lives had these skills that we actually needed to actually pull this off. But they never said anything. And then we get to the situation where now we got to fix some shit that if they would have said something to the women in their lives, that could have solved the whole issue and made them look like, hey, we did that shit. Why? Because you know how to use your resources.
Mm-hmm.
The same way we know how to use our resources, and we understand that you guys can be a resource for us. The same way we can be a resource for you. We plug into each other. Our strengths are your weaknesses. Your strengths, I'm sorry, are our weaknesses. If we could do this, do you understand what could come from that?
Yeah, and if we can also stop mansplaining
And
as
women's planning.
mansplaining and women's splaining, and stop trying to put everybody in a category that they possibly do not fit in without finding out.
So that you feel better about their life.
So
unless
it's
it has something to do with your life, then you need to look at yourself.
right, and the whole thing is like I wanted to get on here tonight and talk about independent women, because I think it's important for women and their relationships, their self-love, their self-worth, their self-value, and I don't think it's right to belittle, uh, whether you realize it or not, or berate women because they want to say I'm an independent woman. There's nothing negative in that. If you understand that this woman has gone to school, she's the top of her class, she's invented something, and she's very very rich, very lucrative in her endeavors. Maybe she's good with numbers, maybe she's good. I mean, the one thing that we're supposed to be great at is cooking, and yet still we can't get into some of the best culinary schools in the world because we're female.
And
So
because men actually, y'all are some bomb ass fucking cooks. Like, let's be real.
men are, but so are women. And let us learn, women can't even be doctors. Women have been killed because they wanted to step into how is a man, and let me just say this from a sex ed field here. We've had a lot of men write what women's bodies are supposed to be in the past without having the women parts to know what they're writing about.
That part.
They're only observing, and it's not the same.
How it feels as a woman. Like, come on, you cannot think that you know what I feel when you insert me.
So a lot of things have been misconstrued, misdiagnosed, and you could have just had a woman who would talk to another woman in a way that would make her feel more comfortable to open up, as opposed to having a man stand there and just be derogatory and or not very pleasant, not have bedside manner, a doctor's bedside manner when he's talking to a female patient. So there's a lot of things that I really hope that you guys get out of this. Number one, fellas, look, just because a woman says she's independent, that doesn't mean that she doesn't value you as a man,
or doesn't want you.
It has,
their desire is something,
and it doesn't mean that she thinks less of you. But you need to probably think more of her, because she has made accomplishments, and we do need to take a look at how we can build together. And I believe that two independent people, independent people that care for each other, that people that they can come together and make one household. They can come together and be diverse in their teachings to their children. They can show them so much more than what we see in a regular home, so to speak. it's very important that we understand, and men, I want you guys to understand, because I love my men. I do. I love my men's as is, but I want them to understand how important it is that if you find a woman that is independent, that you understand where her independence comes from. And I think that'll make a world of difference than just assuming that she's trying to be independent despite you, or she feels like her balls are bigger than yours. A lot of women aren't independent for that reason. A lot of women are probably, I know I became independent out of necessity. Had nothing to do with me trying to be a guy. Had nothing with me trying to show up a man. It's just that I had to get things done.
I think my issue with this whole with the independent thing is this goes on each side. For the women, it's the thing of, I need to say that I'm independent so that you don't look down upon me, and that you don't think that you can take advantage of me. That's my understanding in regards to a woman's need to say that to a man. I don't need you because I don't need you to look down upon me. I don't need you to feel sorry for me. And I don't need you to feel like you're going to dictate what I do because your ego needs to feel like they have some kind of control over something.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel like a woman comes from in regards to when she says, I'm an independent woman. Do note, I feel that no woman needs to say that she's independent. You're a woman. The strength that we women have in itself cannot be compared to anything. So when I see a woman, I always see what anyone would consider an independent woman, unless you show me different. A man. Men don't need to say that I'm independent. Okay, you know what? Let me break it down a little bit further. As a male is the being. Female is the being. Whether you and I think this kind of goes in line with certain teachings or whatever. Don't quote me on this shit. But when you become a man or a woman, that means that you are capable. You're adult. That man knows how to do what that man. I'm sorry, this side. The man knows how to do what he does. The woman knows how to do what she does. Whether they have each other or not, they are still capable of living a life to do what they need to do. Now, when we bring those two together, that's when we got that magical, oh my gosh, we can conquer the fucking universe type shit. So when I say all of that to say, you have what you have, she has what she has. When we put those things together, you can't break that shit. And it's beautiful. And therefore you can fly further than having a weight on you. I want her to need me so that I have all the control. But do you not understand the weight that it puts on you? Or when a woman feels like I need to have all the control, do you not see the weight that it puts on you? But when you both have the equal amount of weight because of what you do and what you do, and you put that together, y'all can carry that to anything. Sky is infinite.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong. Like I said, I don't, the only thing I slightly disagree with, and I'm not saying that you need to wear it as a banner. When you do come to someone and you say, hey, look, I'm independent, or I know how to do X, Y, and Z. I mean, these are things that you can say subtly. These are things that you can show. These are things that you can make sure that your partner understands. But once again, we're talking about clear, concise communication. We're talking about communicating and getting to know somebody. And we're not doing that. Well, once again, we all think, relationships are like instant grits. Just add water and all of a sudden I have a freaking relationship. No, you don't. You have soup. you don't have grits yet because you haven't let that hot water set in and soak in and let the grits puff up. You haven't done anything. You just got soup. So the same thing has to happen with your relationships. You have to, and you pour into your relationships, and you pour into your mate. You pour into your the person that you want to be with, because I do believe that. I still believe in the want over the need. I still believe that. A need is nice, but I don't want to be needy. I don't want to be all on somebody's jock strap 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can't do nothing without this person telling me what to do and when to do it, and yet still he has to do X, Y. That gets like Danny just said, that just puts a weight on you. That's just like, there's just so much. And there's already plenty of things out here in everyday life that you already have on your plate. Now you've got somebody who's needy. Okay, it's different. Needy, always on you, can't do anything without you. And then, you guys will call them a stalker, or somebody that's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
You can't have it both ways.
And understand, fellas, when a woman says she wants you and she doesn't need you, make sure you get your clarification. Ask her what she means. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask her what she means, because you might be, once again, sometimes men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and
men are like waffles and women are like spaghetti. Read that book. That's a good book. Like,
I've heard of that. I have to read that one.
That's a great book.
And it's about communicating. It's about talking to each other, not at each other, but talking to each other. I disagree with Jeremy, because I watched the video and I can tell the video was all choppy that he was watching, and some of the things weren't totally said in that video. But I get it. He's going off of what he saw and what was presented.
He's going off the male perspective.
And he's going off of the male perspective. Exactly. And he's going off the male perspective without taking into consideration any kind of history that has transpired for women, and not understanding that even in this country to this day, we can't even have a woman president. Y'all had it fit because we got a black vice president. So, and when Hillary ran, oh no, we would rather have a cheat and a liar and somebody that wanted to start World War X right here in our country.
And I didn't like Hillary, but I didn't like the reasons why they didn't like her. The whole reason was because she was a woman. At least the part that I saw was she's a woman, and we didn't. Why is that your reasoning? Let your reasoning be because she got some fucked up ways or whatever. Right. But don't let it be because she's a woman.
She's female. That was it. That was the total. Oh my God! She's gonna have a menstrual cycle and she's just gonna blow. She's gonna push for the bomb.
Why are you afraid of that? That's how you got here. Come on, Lau. Let's be real.
But I'm just saying, she's gonna push the bomb button. That's they got so many.
You think that because she have a hat flash, she gonna press a button? Like, come.
Right. Just stupid. Just stupid stuff.
Stop.
Just stupid. So anyway, in closing, you guys communicate more, understand more. And for you guys that are out there giving advice to people and you have platforms, be careful. Be careful.
Please.
You need to go back and look at history, because if you don't, history will repeat itself. But you got to understand where some of this is coming from, and not all of this, as far as women being hollering or yelling at the rooftop that I'm an independent woman. Some of it can be from a place of hurt.
I'm an independent woman.
Right. Some of it can be from a place of right on. Some of it can be from a place of hurt. Some of it can be from a place of dependency that they've broken away from. It can be a lot of different reasons, but until you sit down or until you walk a mile in my shoes, tick lock it. Understand that there are more reasons than
what you know.
right, the little tiny box that you working from. It's like about that big. It's like that big. It's really small. I can make it really small. I got little hands. So please make sure. It's really little. Make sure that you do a little more research and a little more in-depth work before you just get out here willy-nilly. And to my independent women, my independent queens, baby, go ahead and rock it. If you want to scream it from the rooftop, knock yourself out. I get it. I understand. That might not be my zhush as my beautiful counterpart would say. I love that word.
Other people too. Yes, I did.
I love that word. But I mean, it might not be your thing to scream it. I'm not one of those people that's going to be screaming it from the rooftops. I'm just going to do me. But I am an independent woman. And I'm independent because I've been on my own for such a long time. And I've had to grow up and take care of business. And, when my father passed, I had to learn to cut the grass. I'm allergic, highly allergic, but I was out there sniffing and snotting and cutting the grass like my dad would have done. I know my dad had taught me. I was always daddy's little girl. I was up underneath. I know how to change the oil. I know how to check the oil. I know how to
change tires in this piece.
Right. We know how to do some shit. I can change a light bulb. Guess what? I ain't got to wait on you to come in and change the light bulb. I got it.
I want you to do it because I don't want to do it.
Right. I don't want to do all this stuff, but
I can do it.
But I can do it. And that's, I think, what really a lot of women are looking for, whether they want to admit it or not. They may know how to do a lot of stuff, but they really want that guy to just step in and just step in and do it. I shouldn't have to. If the trash is stinking and it's overrunning, I don't have to ask you to take trash out. Take it out.
I say the words, "Hey, this trash stinks." If I got to say anything more, it tells me a whole lot.
Some things, just go ahead and just do it. Like Nike, just do it. So now, with the last few minutes that we have, we got to talk about
Oh my gosh. It's about to go down.
So a lot of progress has been made this week. A lot of progress. And we are looking for the 1st of February, to announce our first featured entertainer. We don't want to
news like me. I'm getting news too, yo.
We will be announcing our first featured set of guests that will be at our event. We have several, but we're going to take this nice and slow because it's a slow and steady. It's a marathon. It's not a 100-yard dash. So we definitely want to build up all of the wonderful anticipation for this event. But you can get your tickets. Okay. They are available, but let me just tell you, it ends on 31st for the early bird special that we got going on right now for your tickets.
So next week we're going to have that link down here.
Yeah, because I meant to do that and I forgot. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. So if you know one of us, hit one of us. And that includes Jasmine Purple Rain or Jasmine. Jasmine's Play Palace.
Mm-hmm.
I need her links. I need to have her links so that you can know you can hit either myself, Miss JewCee, or Jasmine Purple Rain for your ticket.
Yeah, get your ticket.
Because you're not going to want to do this. Trust me.
Right. So February 1st, we will be probably, I would say the first week in February, we will be announcing our very first set of featured guests. We will be doing that. We are working diligently on making this one of the hottest events for people of color to be a part of. And we really, really, really want you guys to come out and join us and just, oh my gosh. let me give you the dates. I'm getting because I'm so excited because I'm so excited. And I waited till the end of the show. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, so proud. Oh, Jasmine, are you there?
Please.
Okay. I got her.
There you go. That's my baby.
There we are. So just announced that we'll be announcing at the end of beginning of February our very first featured guest. We will for EEE. We're good. We've decided that it's going to be a marathon. It's not going to be, we're going to be. Let me just tell you guys. Look, there's going to be a lot. We have 2 days to fill, and so we are working diligently to make this one of the hottest events of the year. Matter of fact, it probably will be the hottest erotic event of the year. I can pretty much just say that and feel comfortable saying that because I already know who's coming. So, and we just added on someone else. Wonderful conversation. Have sent him his letter of intent. He is very excited to be on board. So we are, boy, this is, oh my gosh, this is going to be something to see. Truly something to see. You guys, like I said, we're not going to tell you everything because we just can't. I want you to digest this slowly. I really do. But you definitely need to get your hotel room because the hotel is going to.
I got mine.
I have mine.
I got mine.
Oh, she has hers. Hey, we got ours. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? You're gonna need your room because more of us have our rooms than you think right now. We do have a block. We have a host hotel. This is 2 days. The venue is a private venue. Okay. I can tell you that there's no windows. You have to be on the guest list, registered. This is prepaid. You cannot get in the door. We have security on lockdown. And
don't play with our security. Don't play.
We do not. I am, for those of you that know Miss JewCee in her life in Indianapolis, I am a security enforcement officer. So do not think that you will be able to get into that building in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We won't even be announcing the exact location except for the people that have tickets. It won't be out there for you to know. There are no cell phones allowed at this event except for staff and our vendors, and that's only one person at the vendor table, and that's the owner of the business that can have a cell phone in order to take monies. But other than that, there's no cell phones. If you are caught with a cell phone at this event, you will be put out. You will not be able to come back. Point blank, period. Don't play with me because I don't play that. You are paying to get into the event. Not everybody else. It's not going to be on Facebook. It is not going to be on Instagram. It's not going to be on Snapchat. If we catch you with a phone, boy, you don't even want to know what I'm going to do to you, okay? Because this is a grown folk event.
Let me let this bull out of the china shop. Don't play with me.
Don't play. That it's not necessary. We're in there to have a great time, and this is for people that pay to come and see what we're about to do. We are unlike any other event, and we pride ourselves on discretion.
You want all of it. You want all of it.
Discretion is my number one, and integrity. Those are my number 1 and 2s for my events. I did this for 10 years quietly in Indianapolis, and we had some of the best erotic events that you could possibly have. And nobody knew that they were going on unless you had a ticket. So understand, I've done this for a long time. I am pulling out no stops because this will be Miss JewCee's 60th birthday party as well. And Miss Rain down below, we will be celebrating her 40th birthday. And anybody that wants, we're going to have cake. And the cake could be in places that I'm just saying.
I plan on being the cake. God damn it.
I was looking for cake.
We're doing cake. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be held here in Cleveland, Ohio, October 27th and 28th. Tickets are on sale now on Eventbrite. You just simply put in Ebony Erotic Experience, the second, and that's spelled out, coming, CUMMING, burlesque edition. I know it's long, but if you put in Ebony Erotic Experience, you should find it, okay? And for short, we call it EEE. It's the triple E's. And it's going to be, it starts on the 27th at 6 p.m. for our VIP. So you definitely want VIP. From 6 to 9, we have a private event for our VIP, a private welcome. And it'll be from 6 to 9 p.m. They'll have the whole run of the building. We will have vendors on site. We'll have our general admission vendors. So those are like your purses, earrings, some little doodads that you can add to your outfit and things like that. And then on the second floor, we have our adult vendors of all types and kinds. That'll be on the second floor. So if you buy a general admission ticket, you will be on the first floor. You will not be able to go to the second floor. All day Friday, you won't be able to. And then Saturday night, you will not. You won't VIP. You just want VIP. On Saturday, in the morning, we start at 10 a.m. and we go until 4 p.m. And on that day, we have a lot of classes, seminars where you can actually talk to, be around, learn from our featured entertainers, and just be in classes and get your sexy on, get your fun on, get your groove on. You can be comfortable. You can maybe be tied up. You can be spanked. You can be, you can have a lot of things done. Oh, was I getting too far away? Too carried away?
Glory hole.
Oh, damn it. Shh. Baby, shh. Not supposed to share that part. It's out there now. Hear no evil, have no fun. So you will be having some special things up on the second floor. And then that night, everybody will break at 4 p.m. You'll come back to the building at 7 for our VIP. We have a very, very special dinner planned up on the second floor with a lot of live entertainment. And then general admission is going to be downstairs, and we will still have some entertainment for you all. We will be providing food on both floors, finger foods, something along those lines in the evening on Friday and Saturday on the first floor, and then the dinner on the second floor on Saturday night. Oh, and I forgot. Oh, almost forgot. We're going to also make sure you have at least a continental breakfast on both floors on Saturday morning. So this is really a lot of fun. The hotel is gorgeous. The host hotel has totally been remodeled. They are welcoming us with open arms. We want to sell the hotel out, and we will. So we start announcing.
Like, for real, don't play yourself and miss this.
We can, if you need the link, you can hit us up. I will start running the links. I did forget, and I apologize. But matter of fact, when we get off the air, I'll start putting those on here so that they will run for the next show, so that everybody will have the links. The hotel information is also available. You can go ahead and book your room. You don't have to put any money down. You don't have to do any of that. You're gonna be in our blocks, and that's what you definitely want to do there too. So, EEE, the Ebony Erotic Experience, the Second Coming Burlesque Edition, and yes, you need to be in burlesque on Friday evening and Saturday evening. Now, Saturday during the day, just comfy. Tennis shoes, sweats, dance attire, just be real comfy. But ladies, get them corsets, fishnets,
Snatch it.
bustiers, and if you need it,
you want the chest up here in the area. You don't want them all the way down here. You want them up here in the.
And if you want to get some really great bustiers that are beaded and bejeweled, Erica Jarvis in Chicago. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
absolutely gorgeous. She is in Chicago. If you guys need her information, I will definitely pass it on to you. But she makes some of the most beautiful bustiers that you ever want to see. Okay, so
I'm getting with her because I need her to make me a custom one. I need to figure out how much.
And she does custom. She does custom. So
I need one that gives my alias and it says Siren.
Quit reading my mind, Dave. Quit reading my mind.
Oh, right, right. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this right now. That as you call me tomorrow. Don't play with me, Jasmine. You know I love you. You know I love you.
I know.
You got too much. So everybody, let's find out how to reach you guys for our new listeners.
Go ahead, Jasmine.
Go ahead, Jasmine. Let them know where you at. I know we don't get to see her as much, guys. I just wanted to let you all know Jasmine is still trying to stick it out with us, but she is teaching at the same time. So but she will do her best to join us as much as she can. So how can people get on the Purple Plate Palace, ma'am?
They can reach me here on Facebook at Jasmine Purple Rain, on Twitter at Mistress_Rain, Instagram at Play Palace 83. I'm sorry, Purple Rain Play Palace 83, and then on YouTube at Purple Rain Play Palace.
So y'all heard Purple Rain's Play Palace.
Yes. Make sure you check her out.
Please.
And I'll try to get those at the bottom as well next week. And Miss Dani's Windows, how can they reach you, beautiful?
You can reach me at DanizWindow or Danny's Window View.
Okay.
All platforms, whether it's Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. Instagram, that's where you can find me on those two names, Danny's Window and Danny's Window View. Check me out.
I'm Ms. JewCee, MZJEWCEE. I'm Dara Ms. JewCee Smith on Facebook, and you can find Miss JewCee just about anywhere else. Miss JewCee 1 ONE on Twitter and on Instagram. So make sure you book JewCee Boutique as well. We are starting to take our bookings, starting to get ready to travel. I'm already booked in February, a couple of events, March. Look, guys, you got to get to me quick. I'm back on the road. So my month is almost over, and I'm ready. My 6 weeks is almost done. It's time to hit it again, guys. I hit it from now until December, mid-December. So if you would like for Miss JewCee to come host, or would you like to see some toys, some demos?
Worldwide, she travels.
Exactly. I travel everywhere. I have no problem with it. We load it up and we go. Okay.
And we come with her.
They can travel. Yes. Everybody can travel. Anybody can travel. We're free to travel again, guys. We're free to travel again. And stay tuned because JewCee Boutique is actually adding on a new service. And this service is where we come to you with some toys. And this is a service for couples. So stay tuned. We will be announcing this new service sometime in February. And yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. So I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation tonight. Danny, thank you so much for being a part of it. And Jasmine, where you could be, I know we tried. Okay. Don't forget, guys, watch your football this weekend. AFC, NFC, going for it. Here we go. Getting close to that Super Bowl, y'all. Getting close. So for my beautiful melanated queens, I am Ms. JewCee. And make sure you enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. Make sure you're back here next Monday night with us as we tackle another wonderful hot topic. Okay. We start at 6 p.m. for our folks out on the West Coast. 8 p.m. Central Standard, 9 p.m. for Eastern, and 10 p.m. for our beautiful brothers and sisters over in Barbados. We love you guys. Remember, check us out, okay? Have some fun, spread the love, and make sure you join us next Monday night for another marvelous Monday on JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. Bye, guys!
Bye!